In this segment, we're going to go from chord. We've gone from chord to chord, and now we're going to do some exercises that'll help you get from chord to chord accurately. And what I would like you to do is in this pass, I want you to go play the first chord and hold it until you have a good sight on where you want to go for the next chord. Some progressions are easier than others, and then some are just more difficult, and that takes a little bit of practice to get those all evened out. So what I want you to do, you play that C chord and hold that chord form for a while. Hold it nice and slow until you get a sight on that C6-9. Remember, it's going to be in the 7th position, and your first finger is going to bar over 5 strings, and your third is going to bar over 2 strings in the 8th fret. So go right to it. Try and go as quickly as you can. Hold it. And now we're going to get a sight on the next 4 chords. Remember, which are those dominant 7 sharp 5 chords, which are 2 frets apart. Same chord form. And then you're in first position. Now hold that until you get a good sight on that C major 7, I'm sorry. Then we're going to put the first finger down, take the third finger up for A minor 7. Go into that D minor as quickly as you can, but holding it before. And then A flat, diminished 7. And even going from that D minor 7, D minor 9, that third finger is going to stay down, but flatten when it goes to the A flat, diminished 7. Okay? So you might want to practice that progression. You'll probably catch those first 2 measures together. D minor 9. Flatten the first. Catch all those melody notes. Those are really important. Okay, and then go into measure 3. Get a sight on that. Now that third finger is going to bar across the top 3 strings, and then put the pinky down the first string, D flat. You see your second finger goes for that root, and then you put those fingers down like a D dominant 9 chord, but with that high A on there. All right, and then the easiest chord on the guitar, bar chord, 1 finger. Catch the melody. And then resolve it. First position, F major 7. Hold it until you get it. Sight on. And remember, this next chord looks like a D chord form, but it's on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings. So get that in your mind and go right to it. Resting your pick on that 2nd string. And then A minor 7. You get that 2nd finger in the 5th fret, and also the 3rd finger in that 5th fret also. Then move up 1 fret. You're going to go 2, 3, and 4. Get that pinky in there on that D. And then go to the first finger, then back to 4 on the D, C, D. Okay, 3rd position, C major 7. You're going to catch that G with a bar, since your first finger is on the 3rd fret. And then stop it. Go right to that next chord, which we talked about last time, was in the 5th position, and then get a side 6-string chord. That'll give you a lot of good exercise holding that down across 6 strings. E flat major 7 chord, right in the chord form. Move up 1 fret to F minor 7, and then add that high B flat. That B flat and that A flat are right on that 2nd string. So it's like the F minor 7, you just add that 4th finger to that chord and then release it. And remember this motion, B flat 13, and then that 2nd finger on the 2nd string, 6th fret. And then you'll do that. You'll come down 1 fret, D minor 7, G7. Okay, so from measure, say like 3, I'll try that, measures 3 and 4 together. And that's a really good way to put those together. Measures 5 and 6. Measures 7 and 8. Then you're going to repeat that section, of course. I'll go into measures 9 and 10. This is the second ending. Remember we talked about we're going to go E minor 7, then lift, open string E, and then at that time you can take that same chord form and transfer it over to the 6th string root. 6th string, add the pinky, D minor 7, stopping on the 1st string, G7, stopping on the 2nd string. So it's kind of a short G7. And then go into your C, which would be kind of like coming home. Alright, CBC, 10, 9, 10 on the 4th string, 10th position. You can make that melody really come out there. That's a little bit difficult, but that takes a little bit of practice and barring. Then you go right back, resolve to that C, dominant 7, triplet. Similar fingering. On the 4th finger goes to that F. Measures 11 and 12 are very similar with the chords and the shapes as 13 and actually 13. You can kind of combine those two. Okay, and then you resolve it to that F major 9, and then you just take it down to the same progression that you did in 11 and 12. Take it down 2 frets. Those two measures 11, 12, 13 and 14 do together, 15 and 16 do together, and 50 is 15 and 16. Resolve it, and then single notes. And these next two measures you can do together. So in 17 and 18, you're going to have, common tones. Keep that pinky down on that on the 3rd string. Hit that G7 sus. Then you'll go back to the DC, back up to the top, and now this is the coda, measure 19. Very similar again to measure 6. So after you do that slide, get a sight on that 7th fret. So you can hit the E minor 7, down 1 fret, D dominant 7, and then you're back to C. Then you're at the end.